investors who have taken out time from their days and are actually conscious of building a real business opportunity right here with Nykd as well. And that's the exact people that we want to work with in the future as well. So I think I definitely want to spend some time on the opportunity, right? Like, why has Nykaa chosen to be in this space of women's innerwear? Why do we think it's exciting? Why do we think it's ripe for innovation? I think that's a very important why for any brand. So if you look at just the general size of the market, right? Over the next couple of years, we expect the market to grow tremendously fast, right? From about 37,000 crores next year to almost 68,000 crores next year. We're also keeping our tabs on what the share of the wallet of this category is, right? That we know that because this was not super well penetrated earlier, we expect the share of wallet for this category to rise much faster than we do for other categories as well. I'm sure if someone has spent some time even shopping for their loved ones, or if there are any women here that can relate to the experience, it's quite an unorganized market, right? The shopping experience is not great. Not a lot of brands are able to educate the customers well and actually help them make an informed decision, right? So the brand has been very conscious of adding true value to the customer. And I think lingerie was one piece where we knew that the market was big and the pain point was big, right? It made sense to sort of attack that piece right at once. If anyone would relate to this, this is pretty much what our traditional markets look like, right? It's unorganized displays behind the counters, no real help, no real education, difficult to sort of take this forward in any meaningful way. If we go to sort of the organized space, right, and look at what's happening in lingerie overall, you can look at Westside, Shopper Stop, etc. Not the biggest amount of attention is given to these spaces. Consumers who come to these stores are more focused on their general apparel needs. And this channel generally hasn't sort of been the largest channel for other lingerie players. Now, throughout this journey, right, of building Nykd, I think one thing was very clear of having our own stores. Right? General trade had some teething issues. Department stores had some teething issues. But we felt that having our own store as a leading lingerie brand would not only be a strong financial proposition, but also be able to communicate ourselves as a brand that stands for something stronger, right? A brand that actually wants to add value to a customer. Now, how we actually plan on doing this is, I think, tons of research, a lot of data, a fantastic team that's been working towards this. We have experts across digital marketing, across data and insights, across product, supply chain, everything. And I'll come to the numbers bit, and I think every investor here will be able to see the numbers that back up everything that I'm actually saying right now. I mentioned earlier with Saras as well, right, that selling across 9-10 channels at the same time for a brand that's about 2.5 years old is absolutely phenomenal growth, right? The ability to understand every channel and actually do well on every channel, I think is critical for any leading businesses. Getting into the slight nitty-gritties of the brand right now, why do we feel that the Nykd brand stands completely head and shoulders above in terms of brand value and value addition to the customer, right? We feel that as a functional benefit, the lingerie that you wear that comes from Nykd should be your second skin, right? It's for everyday comfort, and that's the point that we want to drill down in all our consumer minds, right? If anyone thinks of being comfortable throughout the day across their day-to-day activities, we want them to be a Nykd customer. Now, what this customer looks like is they're 24 to 35 years old, they're millennials. She's a real woman, right? We don't do fancy model shots. We don't do sort of, those traditional age-old methods of selling lingerie. But for us, our customer is a real woman, right? She's actually one of us. She's always herself, living each moment fully, experiences highs and lows, and is living her own life on her own terms. Now, on just a sort of slight dash on the numbers piece, right? Three channels that we sort of want to build across on, right? Across e-commerce, the online bit, we launched in Nykaa Fashion in October 20, and we've been the number one brand in this category within almost 6 months, right? We've been the category leader across both platforms with almost 30% market share. Also, to add to this, is we have about a 45 to 50% repeat customer rate. Um, that's when we sort of decided that, you know what, it's time to sort of move outside, look at Amazon. Even at Amazon, when we launched in May 21, we almost instantly hit it off and are currently doing about 1.5 crores every month on Amazon. Similarly, on general trade, we've been crossing 1.5 crore in the last August past month as well. And just in terms of how wide we've gone, right? A brand that's launched in October 20 is now present in 450 stores across 8 states by August. I think it's been a tremendous sort of journey to actually just witness this from the sidelines. I think um, but almost about once a month, we meet our sort of sales team every now and again to understand what's happening, the kind of feedback we're getting. And every time it's such strong words, such strong repeats, such strong repeat buying percentages that I think this channel has grown very organically. The next piece of our puzzle, which we feel will tie the knot to what we want to communicate as a brand, is launching our own stores. Now, we have actually launched 2 stores and they're all doing phenomenally well, which I'll take you through this. But our reason for doing this was to actually give someone a full brand experience. Now, what I mean by that is, let's say a consumer today has access to Facebook, Instagram, right? They are probably going to be looking at Nykd ads, Nykaa fashion ads, Nykaa ads, but there's still going to be a very large consumer set that wants to experience the touch and feel. They want to come to a store, they want to feel educated, they want to feel cared for, they want to get the right value add from someone in our store and actually make the right purchase. Now, that was our motivation for launching our own stores, and we actually opened our first store in Rajori in Delhi. Since then, we've gone on to open 2 more stores, one in Bangalore, one in Hyderabad, and we'll be opening 3 more over the next couple of weeks. Um, just stressing on the stores, right? What our approach to building these stores are? We want to be very, very conscious brand that we're building. We know that we want to educate the women because we feel that that's where real problems get solved. And also that's why we feel that customers will keep coming back to us. We want to encourage conversations in the store, right? We want women to be comfortable to come to our store, speak to our staff, speak to the brand, and understand what is the best choice to make for them. All our stores are very sort of supportive in that sense. The staff is employed very carefully, and the fitting rooms are all designed to be in that sense. We're also very, very conscious of displaying the fact that we have a technically superior product, right? For those who don't come from this industry, a bra is actually a very complex product to sort of create. The supply chain is quite complex, and having a product that is significantly better than our competitors in terms of quality and comfort just comes to show from our repeat percentage rate, right? No one would come and buy a bra the second time. It only sort of happens if you're very happy with the product. And obviously, our last piece was that we were able to drive a lot of revenue from these stores in a profitable manner. And obviously, this is something that I will definitely cover in the next couple of slides. I want to quickly show you maybe some pictures of what our stores look like to get you a flavor of what I'm talking about. We do believe in sort of making these stores come alive, right? You can see open displays, you can see a modern look. This is by the way, Rajori store. If any of you have Instagram, please go to our Instagram page. You'll see great videos of our store. I think we did a massive launch. A lot of celebrities that sort of showed up in that store as well. I think just I've spoken quite a bit about what our insight and our positioning is. We want to be a brand that simplifies lingerie for our customers. And while we're doing that, we want to make sure that we're always offering a technically superior product. Um, uh, this is sort of building on what Sonia was talking about, right? On how digitally and technologically capable we are as a brand. Um, we've actually developed an in-house tool called the Bra Advisor. Our core insight there was that 80% of the women actually wear the wrong bra size. And apart from just having feet on the ground, is there anything that we as a brand can do for our customers to just help them pick the right size, right? So if any of you have the link, I'll post it on the chat window as well. It's a link to our Bra Advisor where women and customers can just fill in a questionnaire, answer some questions, and we tell them what the right size for them is, right? We educate them through that journey. It's a questionnaire. It's developed in-house with our tech team. And the idea is to sort of make it easy for them to buy lingerie now. So just skipping ahead to more pictures and what the store would actually end up looking like. This is again the Rajouri store. Um, Again, Sonia sort of touched this a little bit on what we think about when we think of an ideal store, right? We have different sections. Obviously, we can get into details of this. Uh, but we do believe in sort of being very, very conscious of what we put where. We make tremendously data-backed decisions on what products go on which shelf and sort of the planogram and things like that. One thing we're really proud of as a brand is to actually make it easy for at least our flagship stores to help someone make these trial decisions, right? Again, some pictures on what the store looks like, some fixtures. Now, sort of getting also just one quick thing is that we actually launched our Sarat City store last month, and that store actually broke even in its first month itself. That's actually been a huge win for us and actually gave us that confidence, right? That this model is something that financially really works for what we want to do. Quick highlights of what this model would look like financially for any investor present here. We're looking at a payback period of less than 2 years. Although the Sarat City store broke even in a month, we're going conservative with our sort of projections and saying that it might take us a few months to break even. And we feel that every store will naturally wind up at a store level EBITDA, which I can obviously walk you through. Again, right, a lot of data that backs these up. We also have a very strong financial model that I will definitely cover. I'm going to just pause on this screen a little bit while I walk you through. These are the terms and conditions of how we want to sort of step into this franchisee model as well, right? We've spent time launching our own stores. We have a team that's working on it, but we were actually very, very confident that a franchisee model, especially with Franchisee India, would help us scale this in the right way, right? Now that we know that our own stores are doing well, how do we sort of scale that as fast as the brand has been doing historically? So quick highlights of this as well. We're also a brand that is not very discounted. So that's how our margin structures are created. Our margins during full price sales are 40% on MRP. Similarly, our margins on the end of season sales are 20%. We have a credit term, which is a payment to be made within 21 days, especially except the first invoice that's been done in advance. We follow a outright basis model that's purchased by the franchisee or the investor. Discounts are all borne by the company itself. Like I said, that we are not a discount heavy brand, so we don't rely on sales. We're a very, very conscious brand that's built in the I will just quickly pause here. I don't want to read through all of these, but I feel that some of these things might be relevant for everyone to just glance through. I'll just pause for 5 seconds. You can sort of have a look. We can obviously spend more time on this, on the questions as bit. This is what our sort of financial model looks like, right? So just starting from the left, we've taken assumptions about the store area, the gross margins, what the capex is, what the opex is, and based on our understanding of the retail space, and obviously we've worked on franchisee model with other Nykaa brands, what our sort of uh, monthly and yearly revenues would look like and what the expenses would further look like. So if you look at the total investment, we're looking at about 23 lakhs, 21 lakhs, and cumulatively you can see what the ROI that it comes across. So if you just compare the consumer bill value and uh, the total OPEX that comes along with running that store, happy to sort of spend more time as well. But uh, again, like I said, right, it is a conservative model. Um, Internally, we are quite confident of sort of uh, beating these numbers every single year. Um, Again, just going to on the screen here just to show you what the margin structures would look like and how it would flow across, whether it's from the company to the franchisee and so on. So you can see how on MRP sale, it goes from 100 to 60, and here it goes from 100 to 56, which is the final invoice value. You can see the margin differences here, 40% versus 20%. Happy to sort of spend more time during the question and answer session. Um, we also have certain terms of conditions where what we feel is to be taken care of by the company and what is to be taken care of by the franchisee. So visual merchandising, movable fixtures, right? We feel that our strength as a brand now is to actually market and communicate the brand as strongly as we can, which is why we believe that this is something that we want to do in-house. We also believe that it makes a lot of things easier for the franchisee as well, where these decisions don't have to be made. There's less back and forth, and we can just go straight up and execute. We also have a very sort of clear list of what we feel is the right store based on our experiences. So, like Sonia mentioned, 400 to 600 square feet, we're okay with about 700, 800 as well. We definitely are very sort of, we have high conviction on having a trial room. We do believe in that sort of experience. A lot of sort of checks that we do internally on location. Happy to sort of walk through that as well. We are looking at strong footfall locations, high speed locations.
Naman,
Yeah, hey Ashwin.
sorry if I can just interrupt a
Yes,
bit.
please. Yes, please.
I thought just on this financials, right? I'll just
Yeah,
summarize what we have spoken so far, just for the
sure.
benefit of everyone. That right, there is a capex. If you see this sheet, the capex investment that you spoke about is about 21 to 25 lakhs, and I would want to elaborate that a little bit more for the investors' clarity. For Here, we have done this modeling for a 500 square feet area, and for a 500 square feet area, our expectation is there will be about 9 to 10 lakhs of upfront stock inventory investment, and then there will be about 10 lakhs of capex investment in terms of interiors inside the store, which is flooring, roofing, civil work, AC, trial room, cash counters. The details, the list of it, which is also mentioned in the deck a little later. Uh, Apart from that, there will be an investment of about 5 to 6 lakhs from the company as well on all movable fixtures inside the store, which is all SIS, gondolas, pantry table, uh, and any visual branding, mannequins, signages, all that would be invested by the company. So that will be about for a 500 square feet. Our investment will be about 5 to 6 lakh. The entire civil work will be about 10 lakhs. So from an investor perspective, there will be 10 lakhs of civil work. There will be 10 lakhs of inventory. And then about there is a security deposit of 2 lakhs, which is refundable. So net, it will be in the range of 20 to 25 lakhs basis the square feet of the store. And like we said, our expectation is between 400 to 600 square feet. And on an operational front, the store manpower, the store rental, and any other expenses would be borne by the investor. Uh, And for any refilling, we give a 21-day credit. Uh, After the upfront investment on the stock, any refilling we refill with a 21-day credit. Yeah, so that just summarizes this table. And like you go to the subsequent slide, the margins are 40% on full price sale. This is just explaining the margin structure on the invoice. But just to summarize it, it's a 40% margin on sale. On discounted sale, it's a 20% margin. We are proud to say that we are a non-discounted brand. Uh, so our non-discounted sale will be very minimal. 90% of our sale will be on full price, and that will be at full margin of 40%.
A few details about the kinds of store, the nature of stores that we want to sort of keep building. And I think, at least in my mind, the most important sort of slide, right? I think we've actually been very, very confident of sort of boosting this model ahead. While we only want to open 20 stores in the next 6 months, we feel that this is a 500 store brand over the next 5 years. I think now that we have a very clear, proven track record of this store model working, stores being EBITDA positive, etc. Now it's just about scale, right? We've been very, very conscious of understanding if the model works for us, and now that we know that it does, I think it's very clear internally that this is something that we want to push ahead. So that was that on the brand, what our plan is, and what the model looks like.